What's up, everybody? Hopefully this thing is getting me. I got to sit on a low light and an ISO on 3200, so hopefully we can get us some good walking videos. I actually did a walking video yesterday, but I had my work shirt on. So just to kind of give you an idea what's going on, this is actually my second day walking in like 4 months. Yesterday's the first day. So what's been going on with me? Of course, you know, December, my wife had COVID, so I was off from walking for like a month because of that, and then got cold, got nasty, wasn't able to do any walking. So I didn't do any walking, and then started having a lot of problems with my blood pressure medicine. So I've been in and out of the hospital. Finally, they had me go to cardiology, and they did a stress test. The stress test came back positive, and so they scheduled me to go into cardiology and talk to them about what's going on. How much can you see? Hold on. That's not the best, but it is what it is. So cardiology calls me up, schedules an appointment. Excuse me, and the guy tells me that I'm high risk for a heart attack, which put me into a panic attack. And next day I'm in the ER, and they said, hey, listen, while we got you, we'd like to go ahead and give you a heart cath just to see what all is what. And so I'm like, okay, because I've been having chest pains in my left arm, lightheadedness. Like when I get a pain in my chest, my head would go like lightheaded. So I'm laying there on the operating table, and the surgeon is injecting dye and looking at my heart, and he said during surgery, you've had a false positive on your stress test. He said your worst artery has less than 20% blockage, which is really, really good. He said, yeah, I mean, we know what's going on now. Your heart's fine. It appears to me that you've had some serious bad side effects to the medicine you've been on, which they took me off of carvedilol because carvedilol was giving me chest pains, but it hasn't been quite 2 weeks since they had done that. And so I was still getting some of the side effects, I guess, from that. But he put me back on the medicine I was on prior to all my problems happening. And actually about half the dose is normal because I've lost like 83 pounds, which is great. And so I don't need as much medication because my blood pressure actually isn't that high. They pulled my all my blood work and stuff, and I got to look at that. My total cholesterol is like 173, which is great. Like if your HDL, I think it's the one that's supposedly the good one. If my HDL by itself was 173, there wouldn't be a problem. My LDL was 42, and so it's on the low end of normal, and so, you know, everything's great. He put me on Lipitor, but I mean, that's for cholesterol, and I evidently don't have any cholesterol, and I forget what my lipids were, but they were great. So but yeah, no, this is, yesterday I walked about 10 minutes and did okay. Cardiologist told me that I need to get and do a little exercise. So that's, you know, one reason I haven't been able to get out and do any walking is I've had a lot of heart problems and stuff. You may not know this, but my mother died. She had breast cancer that developed into lung cancer and shut one of her lungs down. All of a sudden, what's up, dog? All of a sudden, her thank you. All of a sudden, her alcohol level, her oxygen level, went to like 41%. Dad called me and said, Jace, your mom's oxygen is 41, 42. I said, Dad, you need to get her to the hospital. And they had been avoiding going to the hospital because she was having some problems because of all the news you're hearing about people, you know, the hospital's full and whatever. And Dad was like, well, we'll be in there forever, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And Mom was like, I'm not going to make him sit out here and wait for me. And it was just horrible. So when her oxygen dropped into the low 40s. They went ahead and went on in, and she had a lump that was growing on her chest, and they told her then that that was cancer. And the reason why her oxygen went to 41 or 42, whatever it was because her breast cancer had went into her lungs and completely shut down one of her lungs, and the other one was filling up with cancer nodes or whatever it's called. Said it could be days, it could be weeks. So they put her in the hospital, and they were only allowing one person in. They would not let me in. By one person, I mean like my dad, and if he left, you couldn't swap out people. It was only going to be my dad. That's all they would let in. So 2 days they didn't let me go see her, and the doctors told Dad that she's just got a little bit of time. So the third day, my wife and I and my daughter, I had gotten my daughter, she lives up in Evansville. I had gotten my daughter, we went to the hospital to go see her, and we were supposed to have a really bad ice storm. So I was trying to get in there and see her before the ice hit. And it was actually one of her it was like her rally day. And if you don't know what a rally day is, a rally day is basically like where you're knocking on death's door, something happens and you feel amazing. And, you know, I mean, you're back to yourself, you feel great. You know, everybody gets to spend a day with you, and that was my mom's rally day. And I missed it because they would not let me in to see her 2 days, well, before, but then they were trying to transfer, and it took them like 5-6 hours to transfer my mom from one end of the hospital to the other. So, like, I couldn't even go see her on her rally day. So the next day, they let us in, and they let 4 of us in at a time. So me, my dad, my daughter, my wife went in to see Mom, and it was, sorry, it's just talking about my mom, you know. It was not a good day for her. She was out pretty much. I mean, she was conscious enough to hear what we were saying, because I had told her how much I wish that all these holidays that she didn't want us over there because she was afraid we would give her COVID. I wish I would have at least like knocked on the window, said hey, waved at her, something, you know. I didn't do that. She didn't want us over there, but I should have did it anyways. Just knocked on the window from the other side. She didn't want us over there at all. And I told her, I said, I wish I had done that. And a tear came out of her eye. She knew what I was talking about. And I said, Mom, I said, Carrie Ann's with us. And last word my mother spoke, she screamed, Carrie Ann, as loud as she could. And that was it. I mean, she didn't say anything else. So we stayed until 5 or 6, whenever the doctor said that we had to leave. And hospice or hospice or whatever it was, they came and talked to us, and they said they would be attending my mom's care, you know, if we wanted them to, and so we did. One of the nurses came up to me and he said, listen, we're gonna start increasing her pain medication doses from every 12 hours to every 4 hours or whatever it was. It was very, very frequent. And I remember from when my grandmother died, when they increased the pain medication and whatever, that basically just puts you to sleep. Just, you know, that's it. So that was his nice way of saying we're going to euthanize your mom. But, you know, I'm not even mad. I'm not even upset with them for doing that, because it was the craziest thing. My mother, you can watch her breathe in. I put my glasses next to her mouth. When she, like, the motion you would make to breathe out, nothing was coming out. Only oxygen, not oxygen, air was going in. I said all that to say this. It's just not been a good 5 or 6 months for us. So hopefully I'll be able to get out and do some more walking. And it's not a lot of walking, as you see. It's literally the flattest surface on the planet. I mean, there's no hills, there's none of that stuff. But it's what I'm able to do for now. I've been to the podiatrist and they've given me some inserts to correct my foot and whatever. I was having some issues with my foot swelling. So we'll see how that we'll see how that goes. But you know, if you thought I'd given up, I hadn't given up. I've been eating the way I'm supposed to. I've been eating a carnivore diet. Very, very few vegetables, but I have been eating some vegetables, you know, asparagus and broccoli and stuff like that. Nothing growing underground, not even carrots really, unless it's like in a coleslaw mix my wife makes of. I don't know if y'all have heard of a egg roll in a bowl. My wife makes that. She likes that pretty good. So, you know, that's about the only carrots I get. But anyways, I've been doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and just trying to live my life. So anyway, well, thank you all for spending a little bit of my day with me, and I'll see you in the very next video. Bye.